And what the plum pudding model said was that you have this large atom here, well, not large, but this is the atom, and around it they've got all these little electrons all over the place, little tiny electrons, like plums in a plum pudding, and the whole thing has an overall positive charge, the whole thing. In which case, if you fire a little alpha particle at this thing, which is tiny and pretty fast, it should just go straight through. There should be no problem at all for an alpha particle getting through this really spread out amount of charge. But that's not what they found. What they found, as you know, is that some of the alpha particles bounced back. Most of them went through, but a small fraction of them bounced back, and some of them, kind of came in between that. So instead of bouncing back, they might have gone at a bit of an angle like that. So some went straight through, most went straight through, but a few changed direction. Some of them even bounced back, which was weird. Made no sense according to the plum pudding model. What it suggested was that the atom had a tiny little centre in the middle, and that is where all of that positive charge is concentrated, right in the tiny little centre there, which means that most of the alpha particles that just go straight through the atom, they won't change direction at all. As you can see, those are extremely straight lines. But if I have an alpha particle that gets kind of close, it will get deflected, or if I've got another one maybe gets really close, then it will sort of ping back. That's the general idea. I shouldn't really be curving there, but drawing is difficult. So the idea is this: because we can see these alpha particles have been deflected, that suggests that all the positive charge, rather than being spread through the whole atom, like the plum pudding model suggested, all of that positive charge must be concentrated in a tiny space, so that if you happen to bullseye it with one of these alpha particles, it will ping back, or it will be deflected by a certain amount. Okay. So that's the general idea that how the plum pudding model was disproven, and how Rutherford's experiment worked. To show you what they're looking for, here are the key ideas. 1 mark, some alpha particles go straight through. 1 mark, some alpha particles are scattered. 1 mark for saying the general idea that all of the mass is concentrated, all of the positive charge is concentrated in the centre of the atom, otherwise known as the nucleus. And 1 mark for saying that the rest of the atom is pretty much empty space, which of course is what we all are, pretty much entirely empty inside. There you are. That is the end of question 2.